YouTube! Yes, sir. You know what time of the year it is? It is Easter, and we're celebrating the real MVP, Jesus Christ. But yeah, watching this video about my dog, Not Lorente, the brokest N words in fiction. You know, we gotta bring more of that UK connection with my boy. So this guy's from the UK. Let's react to this video, show some love, subscribe to my dog, Let's go.
Have you ever checked your bank account and thought, man, I'm back in the negatives?
Not gonna lie, bro, I'm broke.
And not for the first time as well. I think we can all agree that we need money, cash, dinero to do practically anything in this world, let alone survive. But unfortunately, not everyone has access to generational wealth. Most of us are broke. However, today I'm gonna be shedding light on characters who are broker than you and
Talk to me, bro. I don't know if there's like anyone that's genuinely broker than me right now. Probably is, not gonna lie.
I. Characters that couldn't keep the lights on. Characters that couldn't buy anything
Damn.
besides bread. Characters
Damn.
like
Nah. Peter Parker was literally not that broke. Like, look at this clean ass shirt with this clean ass jacket with this clean ass, like, what's this called again? Jumper.
I want to begin by saying I have nothing against Peter Parker. As a matter of fact, I loved Spider-Man growing up. However, I think we can all agree that he is indeed a broke-ass nigga. In particular,
Nah, he's not.
Spider-Man 2 and 3.
Bro couldn't pay rent too, which is crazy.
I mean, he was literally running from the rent man because anytime Mr. Dickovich saw him, all he heard was rent. He caught Peter with bread one time and took it with no hesitation.
Damn.
And that was his birthday money as well. I would have been seeing red if that was me. Because do you know how expensive New York is? Peter was working 2 jobs and still struggled to...
Nah, but look at this, bro. Peter literally doesn't have a dad. Doesn't have a dad, doesn't have a mom. His uncle died like the first 5 or 10 minutes of the show. Bro, there's no way my guy is paying rent. Plus, he's trying to like take care of Mary Jane.
stay afloat. Alright,
Damn.
so he was working 1 job. I have to give Peter his ratings though. He was truly a hero for the love of the game. Because if I was him, there is no way I'm going to be a superhero and broke. I'm sorry. These are mutually exclusive events. You think I'm going to be out here saving the people of New York, doing better work than the police force for free?
Hey,
Miss me
yo.
with that. Someone better send me that check, otherwise I'm going to turn into a problem. And that is why I can never become a hero. For those who have a good memory of Spider-Man 2, you might recall the scene where Doc Ock was robbing the bank.
And it's also crazy. Peter was literally best friends with like Harry Osborn. Literally, his dad was literally a billionaire tech Tony Stark guy. And bro could even get some bread, bro.
And was literally giving Peter the bag. And I'm over here thinking, bro, you need that. You have 2 outfits in your closet. Go get your drip up. Or more importantly, go get a nicer place that comes with a bigger bed because I know you brought no baddies to this crib.
Bruh.
Like I said, no baddies. I still can't.
Nah. I'm not accepting that.
Because I know you brought no baddies to this crib.
Bro. This is literally... Bro, when was this show made? This was literally released 2002, bro. Like, you can't tell me that using 2002 standards, this is not a 10 out of 10, bro. Like, you can't tell me this is not a 10 out of 10.
Like I said, no baddies. I still can't believe he went and bought MJ a ring. Ugh. And he had to corner it as well. The shopkeeper really put that option on display as soon as he saw Peter. Bro must have felt the poverty from a mile away.
Damn.
It may be a different movie, but Peter was still dodging rent like Rod Wave dodging salads. Mr. Dickovich
Yo.
tried to ask for the payment one time,
That's
but
crazy.
came across a black Peter. And guys know he was always on timing.
Nah,
more
Black
ways than
Peter
one.
was different. Yo, assaulting the ladies.
Incredible.
There is no way I can do a video about being broke and not include everyone from Squid Game.
Nah, Squid Game was just like a whole different level of financial irresponsibility. Like, some of those guys were like in serious generational debt. Like, this generational wealth. Bro, those guys were generational debt. Like, the main character, like, it could take like the next 5 generations of his family. You give it all the money they make a month and he still wouldn't be able to pay his debt.
Everyone here was suffering from crippling debt. The masked men started bailing out people, and I was hearing some crazy numbers being thrown up. This guy had a debt of
Exactly,
over
bro.
$1 billion, which is like
Whoa.
700k. And that leads me to ask two questions. Who is lending you such copious amounts of bread? And how are you losing all of it? I know somebody
Exactly, bro. Like, who even like gives some of these bums like that amount of money? It's kind of crazy.
these people definitely got scammed. Imagine having to go on Squid Game because you got set up by Jane, who lives 1 mile away. I think I would
No, I'm low-key tapping that.
cry for a week. Although Keon's debt wasn't as wild as $1 billion, it's definitely still up there. He owed money to the bank, and worst of all, loan sharks.
Damn.
The situation got so bad that he was forced to sign away his physical rights. And what that means
Nah, bro. So bro had to sell his soul. Bro had to sign a contract with blood.
is, if he's unable to pay them on the next installment, they were allowed to sell his organs. And it
Whoa.
doesn't help his case that he's also got a gambling addiction. Loans plus gambling
Nah, low-key, I'm feeling lucky today.
equals hardship. This is a well-known equation. He didn't have the means to gamble, nor was he able to borrow more money. So he went the extra mile and used his mum's credit card for the
Credit
parlays.
card.
And it wasn't like he was betting on basketball or football games. Bro stole the card so that he could bet on horses.
Bro, that's one of the top 10 most stupid bets. Betting on horses. Like, bro, like, do you have like too much money at that point? Because like, you're doing it for the love of the game.
This is like 90%
Every
chance.
time.
And I would know because I've done it myself. No, my
Whoa.
mum's credit card, of course. That's insane. Keehan was so brass that he couldn't even get his daughter a fried chicken on her birthday. Hashtag worst father in fiction. If you know the lore behind Squid Game, then you may have heard of a show called
KJ.
I won't speak about it too much because I intend to do a video on it at some
Bro, I haven't watched Kaji, bro. Not gonna lie.
point in the future. But just know that a lot of
Low key, that might be why I watch next. Not gonna lie, because I'm looking for an anime to watch. Any suggestions? Put it in the comments.
inspiration was taken from it when creating Squid Game. The anime follows the life of a bum called Kaiji, who similar to Kian had a gambling addiction, and just like all bad gamblers, he's in debt. But so am
Damn.
I. Let me tell you something real quick. University is the greatest scam to
Nah.
ever exist, but
Don't tell me this is an ad. Don't tell me this is an ad, bro. Don't tell me this is an ad, because I don't feel like.
but guys aren't ready for that conversation yet. Trust me. The main difference between this bozo and Kian is that he co-signed the debt of one of his co-workers. When you look at this from one perspective, you might think, oh, how generous. But no,
Nah, that's
how
generous.
stupid. He barely knew the guy at the time, and now he has to pay the Yakuza millions of yen for a debt that wasn't even his. But just like Squid Game, he gets given a chance to clear it and then some by playing a series of games. I don't know what's with these guys in gambling. When the fun stops, stop. The only gambling I've ever done was FIFA packs, and was it worth it? 1000%. I mean, I never got anything good. Well, apart from that one time. But that's neither here nor there. The next person I
Nah, bro, you don't know about that Prime Dembele,
have on this list is someone who was truly stuck in the mud. And his name is...
Denji,
And just like
bro. Chainsaw Man, bro. I literally started Chainsaw Man like last year. I gave up like episode 5. Like that anime is just not for me. Like, bro, chat. I literally gave up watching Chainsaw Man when it was this scene where the guy drank too much. He drank too much. Then he went to this girl's house and she was also drunk and something like that. It was weird. That's when I had to like make a business decision. Like, bro, am I really committing to watch this, or should I just go watch JJK? And I was like, bro, JJK for the dub every day, every day, every day.
the character that came before him, Denji's also in debt to the Yakuza. No surprise there. But it's not even his fault. Like, he's just a product of a sad backstory. His mother died of a heart illness, and his dad, in the most PG way possible, turned into Hangman. And as a
Damn.
parting gift, left him with a debt of 38 million yen. Denji was just a kid at the time. Where's he meant to get that type of money from? He ends up getting contracted to work for the Yakuza as a means to clear the amount. But for every job he
Nah, bro, get that money up, bro. Get your money up.
did, they taxed him like crazy.
Bro, I don't know if this is like stupid logic, but if you're like under debt to the Yakuza, why don't you just like run away? Like, you have superpowers. Like, if they come after you, kill a copy of the goons, run away, skip countries to like the US or some country in Europe or Africa. Bro, you're stuck in Bombers, Japan, paying debt.
To the point where he was having one slice of bread as his only meal for the day. Desperate times call for desperate measures because Denji sold his right eye, his kidney, and one of his nuts. I know you can buy and sell pretty much
Your nuts is crazy.
anything and everything on the black market. But who the flip is buying a singular nut? And if so, why? Actually, I take that back. I don't want to know why. It's evident
Why though?
And that Denji was going through it for years. And yet he never even
That's
asked for
major
much. All he
pause.
ever wanted was a normal life. A life that consisted of a house rather than a shack. A life where he didn't have to imagine what jam and bread tastes like. A life that may even
Nah, that's some bum ass, bro.
include a girlfriend. Unlike all the other characters I've mentioned, Denji's situation is different because it wasn't due to a gambling addiction or extortionate city living. It was purely circumstantial.
Nah,
just
but not gonna lie, Denji is still dumber. Denji is not the sharpest tool in that shed that he lives in.
like
Charlie
Reading-
Bucket. Is that the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Because I never finished that movie. Not gonna lie, Chad.
or watching Charlie and the Chocolate Factory almost felt like a mandate growing up in the UK. However, Roald Dahl
Nah, I watched it, but bro, I don't really remember that, bro.
was a very good to
Not gonna lie, I think I remember the Mr. Beast Charlie and the Chocolate Factory more than I remember the OG one.
author, so no complaints from me. Charlie Bucket is a child born into poverty. He lived with his mom, dad, and all his grandparents in a house that is 1, incomplete. Charlie slept on the top floor of the gaff, and the floor wasn't even finished.
Damn.
Number 2, this place is literally leaning. Just look at the door. How is that even possible? Life at the
Brother, no way social services did not come and pull up. Did not pull up to this house and we're like, bro, what? Bro, this is meant to be like not even fiction. Like apart from the Oompa Loompas, like this is meant to be a real house. Like
Bucket residents sucked. Charlie's dad probably had it the worst because he was doing graveyard shifts at a toothpaste factory just to come home to a wife that could nothing but cabbage water. Like when
bro, bro, it's like that mean when like Travis Kelce lost the Super Bowl and had to come home to Taylor Swift.
are we gonna have chicken or something? And the
Damn.
description of their home life is 10 times worse than the book.
Bro,
because they were
where do they live? Like they live in like Iceland. Or
only allowed seconds on Sundays. Bearing in mind, they still had cabbage water on Sundays, but they were just allowed more of it then. The
peak poverty, not gonna lie.
book also mentions that everyone in the gaff had to save up for a whole year just to buy Charlie a chocolate bar for his birthday, which he
Yes,
then
sir.
saved over the course of a month. That means he was having 1/30th of the bar every day. At that point, are you even enjoying it? I'm sure we are all somewhat clued up on the story of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but as usual, I'm a whiz through it regardless. Charlie finds money on the floor, buys a Wonka bar, and uncovers the last golden ticket, and the rest was
Sure.
history. Him and 4 other brats go on a tour through Mr. Woody's factory, but one by one, they succumb to their human nature: gluttony, pride, greed, and wrath. At the
Bro, Charlie was different. The part that made me so scared as a kid was when he drank from the fizzy water and he started like floating up in the sky. I was like, bro, what? Bro, you were clutching up so far, then you randomly decide to drink that random water. Like, then they started like burping and releasing gas, and I was like, oh, okay. That was lucky clutch. That was lucky copy.
the end of it all, Charlie was the last one left, and as a reward, Wonka gave him the entire chocolate factory. And mark my words when I say this come up was glorious,
Yes,
just like
sir.
the OG soundtrack.
Top 10 come up of all time in fiction, not gonna lie. Top 10 come up of all time fiction. Me to a
Yeah,
world
that's the
of
good
your
stuff.
imagination.
From cabbage water and slanted houses to owning a chocolate empire. Dreams really do come
Yes,
true.
sir.
I'm gonna have to change the title of the video because some of these guys actually got a come up. As you already know, Mr. 456 won the Squid Game, dyed his hair,
Yeah.
cut his hair, and went back for round 2. He's a better man than me because I would have said Gabos and
I've
gone to
played these games
Mykonos. Then he
before.
massacred the Yakuza members that he was in debt to and got that normal life he always wanted. Kind of. And Kaiji, well, he went from being in debt to rich back to broke, so I guess it's a win.
Bro, how do you
Peter
even
never
do
got
that?
a come up in the Sam Raimi trilogy, but I'm sure there's a rich
Yo.
Peter somewhere in the comics.
Yo, but at least he got Mary Jane, though. At least he got Mary Jane.
Many of us can relate to these characters. Okay, maybe not the extravagant debts, but definitely to what it feels like to be low on funds. And I'm almost
Sure.
certain that we've all thought to ourselves at one point, how? How do I become rich? How do I retire my parents? Well,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, I am here to tell you that there is only one thing you need to do if you want to become rich. And that is...
Subscribe.
Wait, you guys are still here? I don't know how to become rich yet. But what I do know is that's all she wrote.
Yeah, what do you mean that's all she wrote? I don't get the reference. But yeah, W vid for my boy, North Laurenti. I like that UK connection. That UK vids, you know. So we're gonna react to more of his videos in the future. If you enjoyed that video, make sure to like, subscribe, and yeah, see you in the next one.